Oh no, I haven't. Here we go. I just went back to you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of all ages, my name is the host with the most attractive voice in all of Twitch.tv. My name is Comrade Yamil. Wait, what? Wait, is today Freaky Friday?
Wait, does that mean that I'm Dante Callahan? God damn it.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the must-see show on Twitch.tv. I am your host with the most attractive voice in all Twitch.tv. My name is Dante Callahan, and to my right, my ever-so-faithful, my long-time running companion, Comrade Yamir. Yamir, how you doing today?
I'm doing good to be here, and welcome to Voltage, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta tone back now. Let's do the fusion dance, Yamil.
No, I am not doing that, but just letting you know, I do your intro better than you do. But anyways, let's take a look at the card for tonight, since we have some good stuff for you. For opening contest, we have Jack Rockefeller in action, and we also have the must-see rookie for Golden Gate Wrestling, AJ Cannon, also fighting tonight. And not to mention for main event match later tonight, a must-see match. As for the King of Genesis Championship, we have Leo Jackson versus Shurioba.
But ladies and gentlemen, to open off the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we hear from the man who is now the #1 contender for the King of Genesis Championship. We hear from the man known as the Devil's Prodigy, the Walking Hall of Famer, Tommy Six. But ladies and gentlemen, we saw last night a surprise return to GGW, the Don No Mo back to his old sinister ways. Tommy Six returned to GGW, and what a match it was in that fatal four-way contest last night. Oh, Mr. Comrade Callahan, Yamino Dante. But ladies and gentlemen, we hear from the Devil's Prodigy, the Walking Hall of Famer, Tommy Six.
Hey, man, wait, don't call me that again.
What?
You know what you said.
Comrade Yamino Dante Callahan?
No. It's just Comrade Ymir, and stick to that. You got it? Good.
Get it, got it, love it, have it, ladies and gentlemen. But we want to talk about a man who have it, who got it. He, Tommy Six, got the #1 contendership for the title, ladies and gentlemen. But We hear from him when we come back from this very short commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, GGW Blood, Sweat, and Tears is sponsored. Here we go.
Do I have your attention now? I should be out here celebrating. I should be out here with the world finally watching, finally listening. Because I am the #1 contender to the King of Justice Championship. Finally, my shot, my moment, my damn name in the lights. But that's not what this is about anymore. Nah, see, the suits in the back, the writers, the so-called geniuses, pulling the strings, they want me to come out here and talk about Leo Jackson. But Leo, he can wait. Because I've got something to get off of my chest, and it's gonna get real uncomfortable for some people. Let me tell you all a story, a horror story, really. A story soaked in lies, manipulation, and broken promises. It started the day I walked into GGW, bright-eyed, hungry, maybe even a little stupid. That's when I met Blaze, the puppet master himself, the EVP of GGW, the man who sold me a dream, a silver platter. But what did I actually get? Wanna know? I got a $10 suit from Goodwill and a fake Italian accent. Yeah, that's right, I said it. I'm not Italian. I'm fucking Scottish. And I've been living a lie ever since. Time after time, I got screwed out of opportunities, screwed out of wins, screwed out of respect. Chamber match? I got stabbed in the back by my brother Chris Winters. Triple threat with Leo and my said deadbeat brother? I was never pinned. But somehow, someway, I still ended up face down, spotlight stolen. Do you see a pattern? Do you see it now? Every damn time I get tossed aside like yesterday's trash. Every damn time someone else walks away with what I earned. But not this time. No more fake smiles, no more playing nice, no more being the good little soldier in the background. Leo, you and I, we've never gone to war before. But I've been watching you stand tall in my spotlight. Watching you and Chris pretend you're untouchable. Well, I've been studying you, Leo. And I think I know how to beat you. And this time, I'll do whatever it takes. If it means breaking bones, I'll break them. If it means is bleeding out in that ring, I'll bleed until there's nothing left. Because at blood, sweat, and tears, you're not stepping into the ring with the same Tommy Six. You're stepping in the ring with a man who's got nothing left to lose. And when a man has got nothing left to lose, that's when he becomes the most dangerous son of a bitch alive. See you soon, Leo.
Wait a moment! Do you hear that music, Yamil? Look who's here! The GGW King of Genesis champion! Leo Jackson has entered the building! Coming face to face with his challenger! And look at this. Tommy Six. After face to face, walking out, ladies and gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, up next, we get to the action. Honestly, not a bad promo. From ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he is the South Star of Japan. From Florida, please welcome Alex Ball. Ladies and gentlemen, the talk of the town here in GGW. Won his debut match at GGW Killshot. 1-0 on pay-per-views. Alex Ball is here, ladies and gentlemen. He's in action. And honestly, I gotta say this, Yamil. We saw him and two other rookies coming to GGW at the same time. We saw the debut of Alex Ball, Julian Evans, and the man known as AJ Cannon. All three men stole the show, and I think there's a bit of almost a new breed in GGW, a new generation. And you want to talk about the man that's at the front, the headline of that new generation. It's the man people are already calling a bona fide superstar in the form of Alex Ball.
That's something that I can definitely agree with, because with GGW's recent series of signings for some of these new talents, I honestly believe that these guys could definitely be the future of Golden Gate Wrestling. I mean, we have Cannon, we have Ball, we the LLC, we some great talents here that I honestly believe could be some of the next generation for Golden Gate Wrestling. But it's only time will tell, and the main question is, how will Ball do tonight against whomever he's facing?
I got to speak to one of wrestling's biggest names, former PCW Universal Champion Benjamin Mitchell, who asked his comment about superstars like Alex Ball. He described. He said Alex Ball is a man who, once he arrives, he's like Julius Caesar. He does not come slow. Instead, he's here to take GGW by storm, just like he did back in PCW. Honestly, I'm starting to believe it. I mean, it's only time that sooner rather than later, perhaps maybe Alex Ball is going to be chasing gold here in GGW.
I would not be the slightest bit surprised if that were to happen.
But you gotta talk about a man who has chased gold and has been to the top, but is still equally as young. And introducing next, his opponent from Liverpool, England. He is the Dixon, Caden Beckett.
Caden Beckett, in my opinion, I feel like this guy is one of the unsung heroes of the of some of these, earlier in the card matches. He's one of the people that I honestly believe could be the future of Golden Gate Wrestling if he just got that slight push in the right direction.
You gotta think what comes to mind, his famous Best of series, which is currently on hold at a tie with other GGW superstar Trey Watkins. We saw both those men throw down the house and stole match of the night. I knew he was uprising, but now it's rookie on rookie here in GGW. What does it look like my game is? No, it's not on.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ding, ding, ding. As Alex Ball and Caden Beckett looks to go one-on-one here tonight. These two kind of face-to-face. A little bit of taunting between these two. And now call an elbow tie-up here. He takes the weight.
A big rear waist lock here. Whoa! Right into a side headlock takeover.
Big side headlock takeover. But look at that. And he used the head scissors.
The head scissors locked in tight.
Beautifully done. Now look at the head scissors.
Being able to pop out.
Call an elbow tie-up here.
Call an elbow. Nope. Back into it.
Back to the call elbow. And now
Caden Beckett right behind has the wrist lock.
Look at the wrist lock there.
Now being able to twist around into his own. Shoulder right to the elbow. You know, one good shoulder to the elbow there, that could break it.
Indeed. You know, enough press.
Now hammerlock behind the back.
Beautifully done, but look at this, Beckett.
Being able to snap there, a over chin lock. Has that chin lock, and the elbow right. Yeah, that elbow right to the shoulder. Taking him down, rear hammerlock. He still has that hammerlock locked in.
Elbow to the back there.
Elbow to the back.
Flung him away from the rope. Flung him away from the rope, and now from the left.
Whoa!
Look at that spin through.
Very Tiger Mask style with the with that spin around. Yeah, but being able to send him over the ropes.
And look at that, playing to the crowd here tonight. And now we're going to go off the ropes.
Whoa! Being able to duck down from the forearm.
Now,
told him to come on. Whoa! Showing to follow his directions.
And Beckett slows it right down. Ball got too much momentum, and Beckett sends him into our announce table. With a big chop. They're going to duck the chop, however. Wait a moment.
Referee, count of three. Yeah. Both men back at the count of three.
Big right.
Forearm.
Big forearm there.
Returning the forearm. Dodge the knee. Big uppercut. Capoeira. Yeah, that capoeira kick from the ground.
Knee by Ball, nicely done.
Now, twisting around the arm.
Chop rolls through.
Big super kick.
And that's one right on the button to slow down Ball. Beckett now.
Hauling him back up.
No.
Has both of the arms. A release Tiger suplex right into the cover. 1, 2, no.
And a kick out. Back to his feet now. Iowa slip, sends him into the Kona. Look for the boot, back elbow.
Wasn't able to hit the boot, but got caught with an elbow there. Has the head and arm locked. Front face lock into the neck breaker cover. 1, 2, no. Count of 2. A vicious neck breaker there.
Wait a moment, watch out for Beckett. Beckett!
Jumping to the outside, no! Now just snap airing him down.
Almost bounced his head into Belkey. The Ball was able to move the way out of that William. And now, it is Ggw.
Referee, count of 4.
Back into the ring
count
now.
Of 5. Telling him he has to get fully into the ring here.
Has him up, calling him up.
Come down from the top. Go!
No. Move.
Missing that. Oh, God. It's caught with a drop kick. Missed that dive from the top. Wait a second.
Now look at this. Mora.
Wait, no. Hand under the ropes. Rope break from Ball. Maybe a bit of wrong positioning by Caden Beckett, but just going after those legs. And snapping the stump puller leg snap. Oh, using both legs to push him back. Maybe a little bit more with that right leg there. drops him with a brain buster. 1, 2, no.
Kick out. What was that?
Sent him off the ropes. Oh wait, no. Trying to catch him with a knee or a boot there. Speaking of a boot.
Big boot now, and that's one way to slow down the momentum. You can do all these big moves, but one just simple boot to your face. Now drops the knee.
Dropping a knee. Oh,
kick.
Tried to drop kick him, but he fell too quickly. Yeah, like even a drop from that height has got to hurt you. Big jumping close. I both went back to their feet. Don't even think he noticed it there. Fireman's carrying. Oh God! Right, he planted his face right into the bottom turnbuckle there. Beckett could be set up. Big super kick. No. He almost got his leg caught up inside the bottom rope there. No, a hammerlock. Oh, back suplex. Right in. His head bounced off the turnbuckle. That is almost a guaranteed concussion right there. A big series of chops over and over and over and over. All in for one more. Oh, caught him with a right. Taking out the crowd there a little bit. Beckett's still a little bit stunned, but a blockbuster from the second rope. Into the cover. 1, 2, no. Kick out at 2. Ball is showing a bit of frustration here. Oh, wait a second. What? 1, 2, no.
Looking to send him off the rope. Nope. Punch in midsection.
Sent off the ropes. Was thinking overhead. Yep, thinking belly to belly. A series of rights. Just recoiling himself off the ropes into the lariat too. No.
That big really almost
using
put
the
him
ropes,
away.
using the ropes as a little bit of a slingshot there. Oh God, with an uppercut. Slides to the cover. 1, 2. No, that was a 1.
A 1 count by Ball.
Ball. That burst of adrenaline could be in his system.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh my God! Caught with a capo kick right in the corner. Now Beckett looking to fly. Driving kick, no. All but wait. Right on his neck. 1, 2, no.
Kick out.
Ball has got to have something left in his system.
Wait a moment.
He just keeps on striking him here, trying to keep him in place. I'm dropping the knee. And a ripcord, massive ripcord lariat. Cover. 1, 2, no. Now Beckett from the corner.
Looking for that simple kick. Can he connect with that Colpe? Damn!
Oh, wait, no.
Move.
Kick to the midsection. Lift it up and down. And 1, 2, and 3.
Here's your widow, Alex. Boom! Oh, you got a perfect wrestling rating. Ladies, it's all good. You good? What a match. And Alex Ball picks up another win here in GGW. But ladies and gentlemen, we move on here to our next contest after we hear from Nick Angel in Vince 6. Well, let's talk about it. These two did some despicable acts last night ago by beating up and hospitalizing the wife of Chris Wintows, Destiny Wintows, who I've
Look,
been told had to get 15 stitches in her head after what happened last night.
I'll say this. Despicable is not even the correct term. It is, it was unwarranted. It was unneeded. There was no
Mm-hmm.
reason for that to ever even happen. Yet it did.
You all thought last night was the line, didn't you? You thought Nick wouldn't go that far. He's angry, but he wouldn't cross the line. But I told you, this isn't a fairy tale. This isn't good versus evil. This is villain versus villain. Monster versus monster. And last night, I did what monsters do. Your precious Destiny Winters. She walked into that ring thinking she could beat me. Thinking she could drag her husband out of the shadows with her hands clean, but I left her broken. Lying in the same ring where we built this empire, where I burned it. And Chris Winters, still nothing, not a word, not a response, not a soul. Tell me, Chris, are you scared? Or have you convinced yourself this isn't your fight anymore? That what happened to her wasn't your fault? Let me make it very clear. Everything that happened from here on out, every haircut, every body in a stretcher, every broken bone in this company is on you. You didn't stop me when you had a chance. Now you can't. You let her to bleed, Chris. You're leaving everybody to bleed. And you think staying quiet protects them. It doesn't. It makes it worse. So here's what happens now. Blood, sweat, and tears is coming, and I'm not done asking. If you don't show your face by the time that curtain rises Monday night, then I start tearing apart people you haven't warned yet.
A cryptid but brutally honest explanation by the monster known as Nick Angel, threatening if Chris Winters doesn't open his mouth, if Chris Winters does not respond, there's more brutality to come, there's more bloodshed. Chris, wherever you are, if you hear me, please do something.
You know, something that I'll say is I don't even believe that Angel truly is a fitting last name for him because boy is he nowhere close to that name.
But ladies and gentlemen, our next match, AJ Cannon is in action. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing post from Alexandria, Egypt, Pharaoh Azul. Hey, this is a new one.
I guess there's a blue one now.
Ladies and gentlemen, for a second I thought, maybe we'll see Pharaoh or Pharaoh Dose, but ladies and gentlemen, this is a third Pharaoh. Pharaoh Azul.
Right, this one having short black hair instead of the blonde or the one with the long hair that we're used to.
I wonder what Scott Gunn has to say. I know he's in tight with the Pharaohs.
Oh, wait a second. What if Scott Gunn is one of the pharaohs?
Oh God. Scott, get out of that link, Scott! But ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, the man who's been everywhere here in GGW ever since coming into GGW, coming out next. And introducing next, his opponent from Houston, Texas. He is AJ Cannon. Let's talk about it. A fantastic promo last night. A beautifully done match, which he unfortunately came out unsuccessful in. However, if anyone was a talking point coming out of that match, perhaps it was this man right here, AJ Cannon. So in his expert level technical skill.
Something that I could say about him, I believe AJ Cannon has the total package. Because before he even spoke, we knew he was great in the ring. We knew that he could beat anybody to a pulp. We knew that he was somebody to watch out for. And then, when he spoke, we knew that he was more than just a pretty face. We knew that he was somebody to watch out for, and he put the roster on notice.
Yeah, AJ Cannon, so young, but yet so skilled. I may as well call him the total package. He has the look, he has the skill, and he has the charisma to back it up. Yeah? Like the next segment? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Here we go. Fellow versus AJ Cannon. The newest fellow on the block here tonight. He's piping up the crowd. The crowd formally behind Mr. Azul. And Cannon
And here we go.
initiating a collar and elbow tie-up here tonight. Fellow trying to wrestle. One of the best technical wrestlers on the roster right now. Wait a moment. Play out the wrist hold.
Pharaoh being able to switch behind.
Gonna take the back now. Elbow to the back. Oh, hip toss. Beautiful hip toss. Look at that. Headlock there. If you're able to grab the arm, you might be able to watch the end of kind of vice. Big top of the head.
Big almost forearm top of the head there. Whoa.
Right now, headlock there. Now, look at this. Cannon.
Continuing to wrench the headlock there. Sending him over the ropes.
Send him over the ropes. Now we're going to go off the ropes. Oh, laps in his face. Hello. Now not taking that. Now here he comes. Donald swinging. Look at Cannon. Immediately they're going to grab the wrist and do a wrist clutch. You know, a lot of people paid attention to. And that's in a four-way match. AJ Cannon did not switch from his style. Oh, look at this. Big fellow. Tips up.
Whoa, cartwheel.
Ooh. Grabs the wrist control here. And a very promising young technician. And now look at that elbow straight to the top of straight to the arm there. Now if it's control the wrist. It takes
slamming him
down.
right on the shoulder.
A lot of people have strong connections. AJ Cannon could be the next variation of superstars like Adam Ortiz, like the greatest professional wrestler of all time here in GGW, Jaden Blake. Oh, the next man who bleeds, because I cannot say his name here on GGW television. Or could he be perhaps maybe the first ever AJ Cannon? But it's a beautiful hail to Lauderdale by Fellow. And Fellow now playing to the crowd. The fans held firmly behind the man known as the Azul Wonder of the Nile.
And now, here we go. Oh, just
now
shoulder breaker. And now lifting him up. Oh, big back suplex. Cannon just showing it the power there. 1, 2. Oh,
and let's go.
Just standing up.
And back into that arm.
Because Cannon has found his target. Oh! Arm breaker using the legs. Now, Pharaoh taking a little bit of time on the outside, but watch out for Cannon! And like his name entails, shot out of those ropes like he was shot out of a cannon.
Left out a can of two. AJ Cannon, very impressive here in this matchup. Kobe looking to show off a little bit of his high-flying technical ability.
Massive shotgun drop kick off the ropes. Cover 1, 2. No.
And Fellow able to kick out.
They're showing some resilience here.
Gone in a match.
No, then again, he has had some decent length matches, but and Cannon has definitely found his target here.
Bido, invite the group chat for me.
Wait a second. Could be for those just just pulling the arms back. Yeah, Cannon has found his target.
Those arms looking really bad here tonight, but he's staying on it. Look at that. 1, 2.
Choking him on the ropes.
Following the West countdown. Look at that. Just use of those lobes to just dominate Fellow here tonight.
And whoa, sent across the ring.
Here comes Cannon. Caldwell. No, moves out the way. Fellow off the rope.
Nope. Pharaoh tried to shoulder tackle him down there, but massive pump kick right into the cover.
Whoa.
1. No.
Not even a 2 count.
Cannon still hasn't done much here. Now just
Got a kick. Spin kick.
kicking
the
combination there.
Hurricanrana.
Another big Hurricanrana. Now thrown into the corner, charging up from the opposite side. No, kick to the underside of the knee.
And now,
An overhead right on his neck. Massive exploder. 2, no.
Let's wrap it up.
Now Cannon
There we go.
would be
Cannon
looking
sends it to the
to end this sooner rather than later. Lifting him up to the top.
Oh no. Oh my goodness.
Right on the arm again. You know, this is the first time we've seen Ferro Azul, but this might also be the last super kick.
Look at that arm though. That arm just breaking down. Oh my
just
god.
Beaten. Look at the just look at the wear and tear. Look at the bruises on his bicep right there.
And looking up the line back in. No, it's all.
Ferro just out of the way.
Hurricanrana! Come on, Ferro! You can do it! Ferro, hyped up! Into the corner.
Sent into the corner.
Stop.
Big chop. Off the rope. Drop kick.
The biggest upset in the company's history. That was about a win.
Wait a second.
Let's go.
Ferro
Let's win him.
up top. Thinking for
moment.
something big here. Oh, wait, no.
Wait a
Got
minute.
him. Got him. Got him.
Crossface.
Yes, the arm hooked.
Crossface.
Crossface locked in.
That could be Aussie Road.
Trying to crawl towards the ropes. He is tapping.
Ding, ding, ding. Here's your winner. AJ Cannon. There's a no-fly zone around AJ Cannon. Look at the expertise, AJ Cannon. Able to catch him out the L, and AJ Cannon with a beautiful crossface.
Just caught his arm out of the air, slammed it to the ground, and made sure to lock in that crossface deep.
But ladies and gentlemen, what a match for AJ Cannon, what a match for Alex Ball. But up next, we hear for Trey Adonis. You pause the stream with. But ladies and gentlemen, if there's any man we gotta keep hearing from, it's this man right here. Let's talk about what happened in the main event last night. With this man, with the assistance of Sean Patterson, able to pick up a winner with Barrett Morfell. Let's talk about that, you man. What's been going on? Is there something between these two men? Trey Adonis has become the most hated man in GGW ever since he mentioned Hall of Fame wrestler Sam Osborne, ever since what he did to Justin Calder.